she called me daddy sometimes. Do you know what that's from?
Is that poetic justice?
Yes. That's why I get the let's see then. Well, let's see.
Let's see then.
No bars off. Huh. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.
Once again, we are back. Welcome to No Bars Off. Shots to Malai Boardwalk Brown.
If it's your first time here, shame on you.
Yeah. Tell a
But
friend.
welcome.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
What we've been doing here recently is deciding if verses from the past are still holding up. Are they still resonating today? Are they still ill?
Still ill.
So I would like to ask you, as well as my co-host here, if you feel this verse that I'm about to speak is still ill. Dwelling in the past, flashbacks when I was young. Whoever thought I'd have a baby girl and 3 sons? I'm going through this difficult stage. I find it hard to believe. But my old earth has so many seeds. But she's her own woman, and due to me, I respect that. I saw life for what it's really worth and took a step back. Family ain't family no more. We used to play ball, eggs after school, eat grits because we was poor, grab the pliers for the channel, fix the hanger on the TV. Rocking each other's pants to school wasn't easy. We survived winners. Snotty nose with no coats. We kept it real, but the older brother still had jokes. Sadly, Daddy left me at the age of 6. I didn't know nothing, but Mommy neatly packed his shit. She cried, and Grandma held the family down. I guess Mommy wasn't strong enough. She just went down. Check it. 15 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment, roaches everywhere. Cousins and aunts was there, 4 in the bed, 2 at the foot, 2 at the head. I didn't like to sleep with Johnny peed the bed, 7 o'clock, plucking roaches out the cereal box. Some shared the same spoon, watching Saturday cartoons. Sugar water was our thing. Every meal was no frill in the summer. Free lunch held us down like steel. And there were days I had to go to Tech's house with a note saying, Gloria, can I borrow some food? I'm dead broke, so embarrassed, and I couldn't stand to knock on their door. My friends might be laughing. I spend stamps in stores. Mommy, where's the toilet paper? Use the newspaper. Look, Miss Rose gave us a couch. She's the neighbor. Things was deep. My whole youth was sharpening cleats. 2 brothers with muscular dystrophy. It killed me, but I remember this. Moms would lick her fingertips to wipe the coal out my eye before school with a spit. Caseworker had to run it back to face. I caught a case house and tried to throw us out of our place. Sometimes I look up at the stars and analyze the sky and ask myself, was I meant to be here? Why? Yeah.
Bro.
That take you back.
That take you all the way back.
Yeah.
That take you back to like the dawn of all of their careers, because this is kind of like yeah. But that takes you back even further, like for us that without putting time on us.
It's fine.
But yeah, of course, you know those college days and all of that. But that you weren't seeing that type of vulnerability in back then.
No, not so descriptive.
Not so descriptive.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say to not be ashamed about it, because of course, like where you are now, you don't. It made you who you are.
Yeah.
But that shit makes you look at them through a different prism, like knowing that you dealt with all of that growing up, and like still you stand right here in front of us, you rocking stages and all of that. Like, but on the outside of that, you going through all of this kind of shit. 15 people in a 3-bedroom apartment, 4 in the bed, son. 2 at the foot.
It sounded unreal. It sounded like, yo, you making this up.
Right.
2 brothers with
muscular dystrophy?
Like, how did you survive?
Right. Like, son, how you didn't get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, son, this was like, and then to have Mary on the hook.
Wild.
What?
Yeah.
I don't care how tough you were like, damn, son.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What? All that I got is you. But yeah, that vulnerability and the music almost sounds painful.
Yeah.
Like even the backdrop to it almost sounds painful. And him just, this what it was, man. I had this. I had, I flashed back to when I was young. Whoever thought I had it, he's thinking about it through, okay, I remember where I was, but now I have 4 children. A baby girl and 3 sons.
Which is a lot.
Because he was probably about 21 at this point.
Crazy. Like, that's wild.
But yeah, like he's probably looking back like, okay, I got to raise these kids. But like his childhood was like, this is what it was.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very descriptive. And at that time, to have one kind of long verse and then Mary comes in and kills it. I was blown away.
Yeah.
Because he had a persona at that time. We're talking about Ghostface Killah. He had a persona at that time.
He was Iron Man.
Yeah, he was Iron Man. He was braggy. He was flashy. He was the one out of the crew that had the
clocks.
Yeah.
Got a crazy idea on how to do clocks now, son.
He
Word
was
to
just
mother.
different. He was different.
Yeah, he was different.
He stood out. But we didn't know. I didn't even know Staten Island had that element, to be honest. I didn't know much about Staten Island.
I didn't know people lived in Staten Island. Shout out to Staten Island, but I'm sorry.
I mean,
and like they were right across the bridge from us, because Coney Island is right across the bridge from Staten Island. Like we could take the Verrazano and be in Staten Island in 12 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, I never knew people. Yeah, I just sorry.
So you didn't hang out in Staten Island off the
Coney Island? We were one island at a time. Coney Island or Rikers Island. We didn't hang out. No Staten Island.
Okay.
It was none of that.
Mike is from Staten Island, right? Mike, Trey, they from Staten
Yeah,
Island?
yeah. I think Mike was Staten Island.
Shout out to my guys, man. DSU. No, but I had never been there. I think I've been there. I don't think I've been there. Sorry.
Yo, this is the funny thing. The one time I went, I had to go because that's where I had to take my driver's test at. I had my driver's test in Staten Island.
Okay, now I've been there one time.
I've been there one time.
I took the ferry. Yeah. But I didn't know much about the place, man.
Yeah.
And this was my education. Like, yo,
yeah, it's
Park Hill, like
it's out there
it's
too.
Crazy
son.
out there.
They just homes and hills, and because that's I'm assuming we probably associated it with, you think Long Island, you like, okay, Long Island houses, white people,
yeah. You just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
And if we don't know, we lived in the same city technically.
Like I said, I was literally about 14 minutes away.
Really?
And had no clue.
Okay.
Like no clue.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like literally, I could get on the Belt Parkway. The Verrazano was two exits up.
So $20.
Yeah, probably 30 now.
It was 13 back then.
Yeah, back then. No, I remember when it was 7, but that's a whole nother story.
All right, yeah, you old.
But I can get to Staten Island in about 12 minutes and never heard of it before. But the visuals, like, grab the pliers for the channel, fix the hangers on the TV. Like, I remember having TVs with the hanger on them. I remember TV. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you old.
Listen, man. We were broke too. Like we were broken boy too. We had the TV where the knob come off. You got to turn it with the pliers. The antenna break.
And grandma's
house.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, we old enough to, but the 4 in the bed.
Yeah, 2 at the foot, 2 at the head. I didn't like to sleep with John. He peed the bed. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's a scene. It's a visual. Like it's a That's a like this is a part. Like this is this is not just one night.
Right.
This is like a segment of your life that you didn't like to sleep with John because he peed the bed.
Yeah, and when you talk about roaches out the cereal box,
crazy.
I don't think I've ever had roaches in the cereal box and kept eating it. But I remember going to cereal boxes and seeing, that it had been already.
It had been bothered. It had been bothered before. Yeah, man.
I was telling my son today that at his age, at 6, I was making my own cereal. Like, he was like, "You're lying." I'm like, "No." What are you talking?
I absolutely was.
I was very self-sufficient.
Yeah, I absolutely was making my own cereal
at this age. But what came to my mind, I was like, "Yo, have I ever experienced going to use the milk and the milk may not be the freshest?" I don't think anybody would have stopped us.
Yeah, hell no.
Like,
gonna stop. Boy, finish that milk. Ain't gonna do nothing.
It tastes funny. You be all right.
You'll be all right. Drink some ginger ale after it.
There was milk kept going until milk was out.
It
was you didn't throw milk away because it was bad.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
It was a window of time that you had that milk, and it wasn't even, you didn't even let it get bad. You had to make sure it was gone. You was finding reasons to drink it.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna go to the store and get some cookies. Like that, you ain't letting that milk go bad.
I used to pour my milk out after cereal, and I got screamed.
What?
On.
Are you crazy?
I got screamed on.
You're wilding, bro. You're wilding. You grew up privileged.
I had a privileged mindset.
Yeah, you grew up privileged, bro.
I had a privileged mindset.
Nah, you're wilding.
I gotta play some of this, man.
was all from the heart. Everything was real. Yeah. Dwelling in the past, flashbacks when I was young. Whoever thought I'd have a baby girl and 3 sons? But going through this difficult stage, I found it hard to believe. While my old earth had so many seas, but she's her own woman. And due to me, I respect that. I saw life for what it's really worth and took a step back. Family ain't family no more. We used to play ball, eggs after school, eat grits, cause we was poor. Grab the flies for the channel, fix the hanger on the TV. Rocking each other's pants to school wasn't easy, we survived winters. Snotty nose with no coats. We kept it real, but the older brother still had jokes. Sadly, daddy left me at the age of 6. I didn't know nothing, but mommy neatly packed the shit. She cried, and grandma held the family down. I guess mommy wasn't strong enough, she just went down. Check it, 15 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment, roaches everywhere. Cousins and aunts was there, 4 in the bed, 2 at the foot, 2 at the head. I didn't like to sleep with John. He peed the bed 7 o'clock.
I want to touch on this as we're going through it. The picture that's being painted, just talking about his dad leaving and saying I didn't know nothing, but mommy neatly packed his shit. It's almost whatever age he was at to not understand why your dad is leaving. I totally identify with that. At a certain age, I was 10.
I think I was 6.
You were 6.
Yeah.
And it's a common thing, you know what I mean? And no matter how, old you are, 6, 10, 11, 12, you're never really gonna understand it. You know what I'm saying? Truthfully and fully of what's going on. But, we think about that as dads and how much that shaped us. And it's tough, you know what I'm saying? It's an experience that, you live and you don't really know how it forms your ideology, your way of thinking, your parenting.
Right.
But that's real.
It
and
is.
To have 15 people in a crib, cousins, aunts, grandma, holding the family down. And for him to say family ain't family no more.
Crazy.
Wow.
Like, we grew up in dire conditions where all we had was each other. So, and for that, he may be speaking from the angle of now that he got a little bit of money, everybody look at him a little different. Everybody expects a little more. People expect different. It could be that. But, yeah, it's not only when you think about it, and I always thought about the father leaving aspect. Like later on in life, I looked at it like we don't understand what's going on. But I think as I got older, I started thinking like when you think about that age, your parents were probably younger than you are now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When stuff like that was going. Like when I was 6, my father was 32, 33.
Yeah.
So thinking through the thought process of a 33-year-old as opposed to, this is my dad, he's a grown man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think having that thought process kind of changes the way you view it, because if you think about yourself at 33, 34, you probably wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just
You
certain shit.
anything.
You didn't know anything. You just wasn't dealing with certain shit. So,
Nah,
and I think that kind of
real.
frames it a little differently when you look at it that way, because it's more so instead of looking at it, this is an adult, he left me. It's while he was 32, he didn't know what was the right thing to do. Like he didn't. So that's how I always try to look at that through those kind of eyes.
Plucking roaches out the cereal box. Some shared the same spoon, watching Saturday cartoons. Sugar water was a thing, every meal was no frill. In the summer, free lunch held us down like steel. And it were days I had to go to Tech's house with a note. Stay in Gloria, can I borrow some food? I'm dead broke. So embarrassing, I couldn't stand a knock on they door. My friends might be laughing, I spent stamps in stores. Mommy wears a toilet paper, use the newspaper. Look, Miss Rose gave us a couch. She's the name of things was deep. My whole youth was sharper than cleats. Two brothers with muscular dystrophy killed me, but I remember this. Mom's a lick of fingertips to wipe the coal out my eye before school with a spit. Caseworker had to run it back to face. I caught a case house and try to throw it out of my place. Sometimes I look up at the stars and analyze the sky and ask myself, was I meant to be here? Why?
You don't hear successful rappers at that time asking if they were meant to be here.
No.
Yeah.
And like just this whole rundown of like, unless you grew up in the projects, that a lot of this don't resonate, but free lunch, going to your neighbor's house with a note, like because y'all are all in that same setting, they understand. So you going to your neighbor's house, hey, can I borrow some sugar? Can I borrow this? Yeah. They get it. They not looking down on you. Yeah. So it's just, man, it's crazy. Like you knock on your friend's door, like, yo, you don't want to go to the store. And that's when they had the books of food stamps. Yes. You don't want to go in there with the paper food stamps. You don't want people to see you. Yeah. And that's only a setting that, living in a project setting where, again, you have these 15, 16-story buildings where you got 17 apartments on each floor, so everybody's kind of in the same boat, so it's almost like y'all help raise each other. And that was back when parents had the right to say something to your child and nobody got crazy and nobody got out of hand, nobody got offended, nobody recorded it. So, I'm going to, you know what I mean? It was a different time. So, but yeah, this shit definitely is like, listen, free lunch. Yeah, we didn't even need it, but we went. I went. We was outside. We was the greedy kids too. Just so y'all know, we were very greedy. We were, because we had so many public schools in Coney Island. Yeah, we used to walk all the way down from the end of it and make every public school on the way back. We stopped at about 4 of them. We started at 188, stopped at 329, stopped at 288. Maybe if the center was serving lunch, we stopped there, and then we'll work our way down to Lincoln to go swim at the pool.
Do they still do free lunch at schools? Like, why were the schools open? They just
served. That was the only purpose. They served free lunch. That was school's only purpose back then.
That's wild.
They served free lunch. That was it.
That's very
now
interesting.
I think there were kids in summer school. I will say that.
I mean, elementary school, no.
I don't know.
You ain't go third grade summer school. Like,
yeah, that's right.
It's like, what you doing?
But yeah, like that shit was written. No, that's what you said. Camps.
Yeah.
Camps
were
were
there.
there. That's what it was.
Yeah, they did have camps.
Yeah. So camps were at the schools, but free lunch is available to everybody.
Yeah, as soon as you just come in, I'm online. Yeah, let's get it.
I don't want to talk about that fish and cheese, boy. That's.
But I do want to talk about food stamps because, in our older years as adults, I've definitely had moments where I had to get the stamps, right? And I was like almost proud and excited.
Listen, because now you look at it different. You're like, man, there's free money right here. I can buy whatever I like. I can buy food. I can buy whatever.
So I wonder, was it different back then? Were people more embarrassed?
That paper book was just different because now it's on a card.
Yeah, but even if I've had the papers when I was in Iowa.
Yeah, I had those too.
And I was like,
nah, that paper book is just different. That paper book was just different, bro. That was
I guess if it's your neighborhood that you grew up in, you feel a little different. I guess it's different. Yeah,
it's just a little different. That's all.
Yeah, I just thought about that.
But the card, like you go in there and swipe the card with no problem. You don't care if people even see the card.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's just tearing the paper, tearing the coupon out the book. Yeah. Let me get 2 5s and 2 1s. Man, get the. Yeah,
it's something that can take long.
Holding up the line.
Yeah. Oh no!
Hurry up with the food stamps.
No, we can't get that. No, you can't get that. You can't get these condoms with that.
Son,
I'm sorry. I'll check. This man trying to buy condoms
with food stamps, y'all. Son,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we digress a lot.
But yeah, the brothers with muscular dystrophy. I didn't even understand what it was at the time, but I knew it was bad. Mm-hmm. Seeing his brother, the actors playing it on the wu-tang series, just getting a visual of what that was like.
Brothers you got
in
2 of them,
wheelchairs.
2 younger brothers.
Yeah, that's crazy to deal with.
And you're a child yourself.
Yeah, man. This song was powerful.
It was,
and it was an eye opener. It was
vulnerable.
It was vulnerable. It was an eye opener. And if you were an artist, or just a writer or a rapper up and coming, it kind of changed the way you viewed like what you could do with music. I don't think Jay had songs like this or Nas had songs like this. Big might have had.
This deep.
Yeah, Big had Suicidal Thoughts and certain things alluding to his childhood, but nobody had anything, I think, this
not this deep.
graphic, this detailed, this four in the bed, you know, that
Yeah.
type of thing, the pee in the bed. Like it was really
It was
eye opening.
It was.
I think
and again, to be that transparent,
yeah.
because you got to remember we're in the golden era of hip hop at the time, and like you don't view your rappers or your artists that you see on videos and hear them on the radio. You don't view them as people that not that you don't view them as people that came from that type of scenario, but not that far.
Nah, not that.
You know what I mean? Like you can assume somebody grew up in the hood. Like you knew
Yeah.
Jay grew up in Marcy. You know Big was on. You know what I mean? Like you knew they was in the hood, but not like that. Like not these type of conditions.
Nah, this is struggle rap on another level. This is deeper than I
is-
got a hangnail. This is more than I got a hangnail.
Yeah, this is way more than I got to hang there.
You remember that Family Guy sketch? Where he was heating up struggle rappers.
I was brought up on the streets, no moms and dads. I had to fend for myself with my own two hands. But today I'm hurting, and I'll tell you why. I got a hangnail, hanging from my cuticle, a hangnail.
All right, I believe that this is still
This is beyond still ill. Man.
Okay.
This is still awe-inspiring. Like to not only be in the situation, but also be in that situation as someone that's counted on, and to make your way out of that is crazy.
Yeah.
Like this is definitely awe-inspiring. Like it's
Yeah. And I think it's timeless. If I was to hear
absolutely.
a 21 Savage, or the Baby, somebody like really descriptively talk about their upbringing, I would buy in. I would be like, okay, let's. And I'm sure there are some songs that people have done that kind of give a picture of how they were raised, but I like vulnerability. This is dope.
Definitely.
So, if you've made it this far, please click the subscribe button. We appreciate it. Become a Barbarian today. And we got these shirts.
Word. Merch.
So if you want to get a shirt,
Involve yourselves.
yeah, click on the
You know,
link.
check it out.
Yeah. We moving, man. Become a Barbarian today, and
Yes.
leave us a
Yes.
comment.
Yes.
Let us know what you think, because it's really important to get the dialogue going on the community and kind of people that are like-minded, so we can know y'all out there and give us some feedback and let us know what you think, and of course, what else you want to hear and hear us talk about.
Let us know some still ills y'all got too, man.
That's definitely,
Throw them out there. We checking them all out.
definitely.
So if you think something's still ill, let us know. We'll let you know.
Yeah, keep doing what y'all doing out there. Keep taking no bars off, and peace.